The pavement pits we call potholes are back, causing problems earlier than usual.
Potholes seem to be coming earlier this year. The roads are in horrible condition.
It definitely has probably been a bit earlier just with all the cold weather we've had.
Guy Picone is the director of public works for the borough of Paramus. He says because the unsightly cavities can lead to major tire and car damage, he considers them a serious public safety hazard. But it's an issue his team doesn't usually have to tackle this aggressively until late winter or early spring. He says this year calls to the department and complaints on their website are up way ahead of schedule.
With the snow runoff, the melt, and the refreezing in the street, it's doing a lot of damage. So this has been a bad year for potholes. Started early.
Scott Crispano is the manager of Tire and Wheel Performance Center in Ridgewood. He says his customers are really feeling the effects of these early season potholes.
Most common that we see first is just an actual physical bubble. Other times it'll end up being where the actual tires just split right in two and it doesn't retain air any longer. It's some of the cars that come through, they end up having actual broken off pieces of suspension.
As a driver, you can't always maneuver around a pothole, but experts say what you can do is make sure that your tires are always properly inflated.
If a tire's underinflated, sometimes by as little as 5 or 6 pounds, the tire can compress a little more easily as it hits that pothole.
I always try to keep my tires, filled according to the manufacturer's specs.
In Paramus, authorities say they're staying on top of things using hot asphalt to fix early pothole problems, which should keep them from reoccurring later in the year. Elise Finch, CBS 2 News.
And Elise says the operations department in Paramus is taking advantage of this mild, mostly dry weather like we had today to fill as many potholes as they can before the next round of wet and freezing weather will